Cuba is one of the most fascinating islands in the Caribbean. It is a country filled with colorful streets, classic cars, lively music, and a culture that feels both historic and vibrant at the same time. When people think about Cuba, they often imagine beautiful beaches, old Spanish buildings, and the sound of salsa music flowing through warm tropical air. But Cuba is much more than that. It is a place full of surprising stories, unique traditions, and unforgettable experiences. Cuba sits in the Caribbean Sea, surrounded by clear blue waters and tropical sunshine. It is the largest island in the Caribbean region, which gives it a diverse landscape filled with mountains, forests, valleys, and long stretches of sandy coastline. Many travelers visit Cuba to experience its natural beauty. From peaceful beaches with soft white sand to lush green countryside filled with tobacco farms, the scenery across the island feels almost untouched. The capital city of Cuba is Havana, a place that feels like stepping into a living museum. Havana is famous for its colorful colonial buildings, narrow streets, and vintage cars from another era. Many of these cars are bright pink, turquoise, red, or yellow, and they cruise slowly along the seaside road, known as the Malecon. These classic cars have become one of the most recognizable symbols of Cuba and give the city a nostalgic atmosphere. Walking through Havana is an experience filled with music and life. Street musicians often play traditional Cuban songs on guitars, drums, and trumpets, while locals dance nearby. Music is a huge part of Cuban culture. Styles such as salsa, son, rumba, and mambo were born here and later spread around the world. Cuban rhythms are energetic, passionate, and impossible to ignore. Even if someone arrives as a visitor, they often end up dancing before the night is over. Cuba is also known for its strong cultural identity, shaped by many influences. Spanish colonists brought language and architecture, while African traditions introduced powerful rhythms, dances, and spiritual customs. Over time, these influences blended to create a culture that is uniquely Cuban. This mixture can be seen in the country's food, music, festivals, and daily life. Food in Cuba is simple but flavorful. Many dishes combine rice, beans, slow-cooked meats, and tropical fruits. A popular dish includes tender shredded beef, cooked with tomatoes, peppers, and spices. Another favorite is rice mixed with black beans, a staple that appears on many Cuban tables. Fresh fruits like mango, guava, and pineapple are common snacks, especially in warm coastal areas.
One of the most famous products from Cuba is its tobacco. Cuban cigars are known worldwide for their quality and craftsmanship. The tobacco leaves are grown in rich soil, especially in the Vinales Valley. Farmers carefully grow, dry, and roll these leaves using traditional methods that have been passed down through generations. Even people who do not smoke often visit these farms just to see how the famous cigars are made. The countryside of Cuba is peaceful and beautiful. In places like Vinales, the landscape is filled with green valleys and unusual limestone hills rising dramatically from the earth. Farmers ride horses across the fields, and small wooden houses sit quietly among tobacco plants. The slower pace of life here offers a different side of Cuba compared to the lively cities. Cuba also has an interesting and complex history. Over the centuries, the island experienced colonization, revolutions, and political changes that shaped the nation. One of the most well-known figures in Cuban history is Fidel Castro, who led a revolution that changed the country's government and direction. These events influenced Cuba's relationship with many other nations and helped shape the unique society that exists today.
Despite its challenges, Cuba has achieved impressive progress in areas like healthcare and education. The country has a strong focus on medical training, and Cuban doctors are respected in many parts of the world. Education is widely available and literacy levels across the country are very high. These achievements are often highlighted as important parts of Cuba's national identity. Sports are also important in Cuban culture. Baseball is the most loved sport on the island. Many children grow up playing baseball in the streets, parks, and schoolyards. Cuba has produced many talented baseball players who became famous internationally. When a big baseball game happens, fans gather to cheer passionately for their teams. Cuba's coastline offers some of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean. Crystal clear water, soft white sand, and coral reefs make these beaches perfect for relaxation and exploration. Some of the most famous beaches are located in Varadero, where long stretches of shoreline meet calm turquoise water. Snorkeling and diving are popular activities because the underwater world is filled with colorful fish and coral formations. Another remarkable place in Cuba is Trinidad, a historic town known for its cobblestone streets and colonial architecture. Walking through Trinidad feels like traveling back in time. Brightly painted houses line the streets. Horse-drawn carriages move slowly through town, and local markets sell handmade crafts. The town's charm and preserved history make it one of the most beautiful places in the country. Cuban people are known for their warmth and hospitality. Visitors often notice how friendly and welcoming locals can be. Even in small villages, people enjoy conversations, music, and laughter. Family and community play an important role in daily life, and gatherings with food and music are common. Art and creativity are everywhere in Cuba. Colorful murals decorate city walls, and local artists sell paintings inspired by island life. Dance performances, poetry readings, and music festivals happen frequently. Creativity is deeply connected to Cuban identity, and many people express their stories through art. Transportation in Cuba can feel unique compared to many other countries. Because of limited imports in the past, many old cars remain in use today. Mechanics have become incredibly skilled at keeping these classic vehicles running for decades. As a result, the streets of Cuba look like a moving car museum filled with beautiful vintage automobiles. Nature lovers also enjoy exploring Cuba's national parks and wildlife areas. The island is home to many unique plants and animals, including colorful birds and rare species found nowhere else in the world. Dense forests, caves, waterfalls, and wetlands offer plenty of opportunities for hiking and adventure. Festivals bring even more life to Cuban culture. During celebrations, the streets fill with dancers wearing bright costumes, musicians playing drums and trumpets, and crowds enjoying the festive energy. These events highlight the joyful spirit of the Cuban people and their love for music and celebration. What makes Cuba truly special is the feeling that time moves differently there. Old traditions remain alive, communities stay connected, and culture is deeply valued. While many places in the world change quickly, Cuba keeps a strong link to its past while continuing to move forward. For travelers, Cuba offers an unforgettable journey filled with history, rhythm, color, and natural beauty. Whether someone is walking through the lively streets of Havana, relaxing on a quiet beach, or listening to music under the stars, the island leaves a lasting impression. Cuba is more than just a tropical destination. It is a country full of stories, culture, and heart. Every street, every melody, and every smiling face adds another piece to the vibrant puzzle that makes Cuba one of the most unique places on Earth.